We'll dive into how specifically how this is going to flow. This is kind of like phase two, like ads is obviously phase one, but just for this call, we'll go over kind of this stuff. So, couple things that I always like to go over. We pulled 9 different independent studies of follow-up from Harvard, MIT, Velocity, some high-level independent studies, and the results are crazy. 78% of customers buy from the company that responds to their inquiry first. So if somebody's looking for what you do, 78% of people are going to buy from the first person that responds. And you have to respond right. Like you got to be good with your follow-up. If you're a slobby follow-up, it's still not going to work. But as long as you have that professionalism, this gives you the highest chance of hitting that home run when you get that at bat. 21 times more effective when calling within 5 minutes of a prospect's first contact as opposed to calling after 30 minutes. So 21 times more. And I'll jump over, let's see, but only 7% of companies respond to leads within 5 minutes, while 55% of companies respond in 5 or more days. That's how bad it is. So this is like the leaky bucket every business can fix and most just completely ignore. And even when you're first starting out, you'll make the most of your leads where you don't need as much volume and to put as much into ads, and you can make the most out of what you got. You're times likely. So if you don't get to them within 5 minutes, then you're 7 times more likely to qualify when reaching out within an hour as opposed to just 1 hour later. And that's Harvard. So, but the stat that I love the most, one company found, or one study found, was 391% increase in lead conversions when responding within 1 minute. So, like somebody downloads your ebook and you're literally on the phone. Dude, I saw you just download my ebook. Bro, I got to show you something else too. Did you see my community? Yeah, I've got a whole like free training, like or whatever the offer is. Maybe it's a paid, course. We'll talk about the specifics of your offer once we do our one-on-one. But you can call them and you can tell them about something else you have of value and kind of learn a little bit more about them so you can recommend them the right course of action for them and get a little bit of insight from them. And then they'll tell you how they want to be sold. My sales mentor told me sales is an open book test. People will tell you why they want to buy, what they want to buy, how they want to buy, how much they want to pay, and when they want to buy it. If you pay attention, take the right notes. That's speed to lead. And then on the negative side, it's an 80% decrease. So 8 out of 10 leads are lost after 5 minutes. Okay, and that's a common stat that's found throughout a couple different studies. 10 times less likely to have leads respond if your outreach takes more than 5 minutes. That's an MIT study. 73% of leads never get followed up with at all. And that's true. I've seen that in all the businesses that I work with, even with sales teams. Like it's just they let so many things slip between the cracks. 30% of prospects go to a competitor's website if not contacted. So, you got to have automations. So these are the automations that we set up. In 1 minute, we're going to send out a message that says, "Hey Dylan, thanks for reaching out to chat about our service. Tell me a little bit more about what you do." And then we'll start qualifying them. We'll just open a human communication. Sometimes we'll even send a double text automated because that's how people actually communicate. They'll send one text and then they'll send another one. And so we'll do these things automated where the messages are prompted. It's not AI taking over, but they're just open-ended questions and things to get into the conversation. And then you jump in there and start working with them from there. And yeah, there's work involved with that. And as you scale, there's going to be more. But if you figure out the concept of success, then you can put somebody in that position and you're going to have the most hot and ready leads right in front of you. We send them a brochure email within 1 minute. Hey, Dylan, thanks for reaching out. Hey, Mike, thanks for reaching out for info on me. Benefit one of working, benefit two, benefit three, link to the next steps, sincerely. And a lot of people, they just don't do this. And this is the fundamental basics of what you have to do when following up with leads. So, another thing that we also can schedule through Go High Level and through this tool that we use. What's up, Rudy? I saw that Rudy just jumped on here too.
What's up, brother? How are you?
Hey. Good, good, man. We're just talking about follow-up systems and
Sure.
automating and kind of going over our process there. So thanks for jumping in, man.
Yep.
So sick. So yeah. Within 1 minute, we're going to send the personalized text. And a lot of times we'll make that a personalized double text, really looking like a human. And then we'll send the email, the brochure email is what we like to call it. And then from there, within 5 minutes, we're going to send them out a ringless voicemail message that will just drop right into their voicemail. It'll show a missed call. And you can do this right through the Shift CRM that we provide. And people just a lot of times they get the voicemail and they just call right back. And so then you're getting inbound phone calls from the lead that just clicked on your ad on Facebook. So this is a really high leverage way that you can turn a prospect on Facebook or Instagram into a person that you've reached out to and opened up a text conversation with. They've gotten your email already, so you can't get hit with the, oh, send me an email. It's like you've already got the email. Now it's the next steps. We've done our due diligence. And then in this flow, the best method is you have somebody already in here. If you have a really good sales team, you don't need to do the ringless voicemail. You just need to make sure that your team is reducing the time that they're actually calling and processing these leads. You want it to be within 60 seconds if possible. They should still be on your website getting a call from your team, so and then obviously you're always trying to book them as an appointment and get them on the Google Calendar or the Apple Calendar. So many people use that these days, and it's just a simple thing. Email and text reminders when people book, send them some homework, send them some action items, like just building this out. And all of this you can do through the drip sequences that we have. So we've got high level, and then it's Shift CRM as well. 99% of businesses aren't following up with their leads. So we automate this, and we can also do this with outbound leads. If you have an email list or you have a text message list, people that have reached out to you, then you can import them into here and follow up with them. And uh, most places, most states, you can follow up with leads that have opted in for 6 months to a year, but it just depends, and that's one thing to check. But if they've came through your website or they've clicked a form and said, I consent, or they've clicked on an ad, then you can reach out to them, and you can do that through our system. So we have a lot of different automations. Some of ours have up to 35 different steps automated on the back end. You can do all sorts of more complex things, but really simply, like, you don't have to do everything. Most businesses do nothing. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I've got on that. I want to open up the platform now and show you some high levels of what these look like and what we're able to do. Like, for example, this is one of my clients, Atos Jiu-Jitsu. They're really, really huge in the jiu-jitsu space. So if I just go to their website, they have these forms. And when you go in here and you fill out this form, or you fill out this form, which is different, or you go anywhere on their website, there's all these different forms and everything. Anytime somebody fills that out, where do you think they go? Well, before they started working with us, which it's recent, so we're just getting these systems in place, they go to the guy that owns the gym, who's like a 19-time world champion. They go to his email, land in the spam folder, and then from the spam folder, he grabs them out of there Monday morning or whenever and forwards them to the two girls at the front desk who they follow up with on their cell phones and through WhatsApp with the leads. And so what we're able to do is I have a tech guy that's really good, so he's able to just not even change anything aesthetically on their website and just get these to route right into our CRM automatically. But with this system, landing pages are actually fully integrated, so you would never have that problem. It would already be in the system. And that's why we've created them now a page where we're going to be booking their trial classes. People are going to come in here, and this is kind of zoomed out, but people are going to be booking their trial classes here, and then everything's fully integrated. Alternatively, if you have a website and you just want to get leads into it with this system, and you're going to learn this system like the back of your hand, because this is a marketing toolkit for every single thing that you'd ever want to do, anything marketing related. So once you get it built out, it's a really, really cool system. Like this is one guy's that we've got built out here. And all of his leads that we get from any source, they come into the leads bucket. It's a drag and drop system. You can customize the pipelines to fit your sales cycle. And then it's just like, all right, you got the lead in, you call the guy. Okay, do we schedule a sales call? He should pop over here automatically once he books, if he showed or not, rescheduled. I run mine a little different than how these guys do. But they just run it over, drag and drop for the closed. Once your team gets the hang of this, I mean, you can manage and you can have different pipelines too. So you could have a pipeline for clients where you do your customer service and have automation set up for your clients too. Weekly check-in calls, different things like that too. And if you're running ads for people or doing anything like, on the agency level, or if you just want to see your own overview, they have this reporting dashboard and you can create these custom reports that feed all the data back, outgoing calls by agents. You can see all the people, the calls they're making, total contacts, all the leads that they've closed, and you can just change the date anytime, so it's pretty sick actually. Like, it'll show the Facebook ad report. It doesn't give you a ton of insight into the Facebook ads yet, but it gives you enough to know, like, okay, so this girl's got 218 conversations, 61 unread messages. It's just like you can see where leads are going, where they're coming from, and you can set these up completely custom. How many emails? This guy, he came through and he had a couple different things that he was working on as far as funneling leads. So he won the school games. I'll break down Justin a little bit for you guys and how his system worked, because I think it's relevant and how all this kind of plays together. And the automation is like, if you know the 1 minute follow-up and we're going to schedule it, once you learn how to kind of do it, how to do it, it's pretty easy. So that's the easy part. The hard part is actually like getting the leads in and creating the mousetrap. So I'll talk a lot about that, but it all relates together. But this guy, Justin, he came in and he won Alex Hormozi's school games and he just created this. He's not even an agency owner. He's a business owner who owned a 9-figure painting business. He just like scaled and he bought his client out and he had a ton of success. And then he started teaching a couple other guys how to do it, and they were scaling to like 6 figures monthly. Some guys were scaling higher than that. Even the average clients were having a ton of success. And so he just started going crazy and building this out and having all these different courses that he like completely put together. I don't know, like I haven't been through everything in here, but he's got a ton of stuff and he recommends them what they should watch for them. It's $299 a month. So like that's cheap for how much value he's promoting, but he's got like 300 people in here, 200 people in here. Door-to-door masterclass. He's got live footage of him closing door-to-door deals, and how to build out a door-to-door team, and he trains their team. And then he's got in the calendar, he's got these calls that you can get on. This is for his 299 clients. And then his higher level clients that pay him like, 8 grand, they are on this call only, and I don't get access to that. So you can filter out your members through here, and what we did is he actually scaled this. So he's got 221 people. He scaled this just through organic, going in Facebook groups and just posting a ton of value and then DMing people like crazy, like sending them guides and sending them like, hey, you want to see my door-to-door masterclass? And just like crushed it with that. And then would just jump on calls with people and sell them on this 299. Now, that's not the highest leveraged way. So he came to us because he wanted to start getting more leads through the door and things like that. So what we did for him is we built out Trade Launch Free. Trade Launch Free now has 335 free members. And what we do is we run ads and organic to this free group where they can basically go in here and see all the value he has, read his testimonials, become indoctrinated with essentially the value that he brings. And we make it mandatory that everybody books an onboarding call where they jump on with him. And that's where we offer them either a high ticket or we offer them, the 299. But they can come in here if they want, and there is a 5-step course. And this would be a 30-minute, what we call VSL, video sales letter. But the modern way is you chop that up into 5 individual videos, and each one goes back to the coaching community, the one-on-one call, the upgrade to the VIP program. And so now we run ads to this, which is a really easy yes. You get people in the community, they see all the value, they see people, sharing their this guy got a $20,000 check. They start seeing all this, and then they want to schedule the call, and then they get on and they close, Justin closes them down on whatever package he wants. So that's one way that you can get leads. And with Go High Level, you can connect it directly to this platform. And whenever somebody joins your community, like one of the big things that I did to help Elite Sales Alliance, we have 18,000 members. These people were going in school and then they were never really logging in school. And so we started adding email and text marketing to all the people and sending them the link to book the one-on-one call through email. And all of a sudden, everybody started going through. Like this right here is all made in Go High Level. This is the Go High Level calendar. They come in here and they select. And so now I drive ads that say, hey, can we give you thousands of dollars of free courses, or like a free course that's worth thousands of dollars, and that's right here. And also we've got Andy Elliott's course right here. I guess it's private now. It wasn't always. We used to offer more, but people were just moving too slow. So we took a lot of stuff out here. So it's all about getting the one-on-one call. And then we just get leads for the sales team because we add this. Remember, I showed you those forms. So you can create a form and add it to a calendar. And so this form is on the back of a calendar for when somebody schedules. And we find out if they're a business owner, what their role is, their income goal, if they're already in our community, how committed they are to their goals, and make sure 100% that they're going to show up and consent to text message. Thanks for jumping on today, guys. I appreciate it. I hope that was helpful in just seeing the full funnel stack process that we take and how we use Go High Level to essentially work behind the scenes with that. So any questions you guys have, just throw them in the Slack, post in the school and talk about the call and just say it was cool so we get some engagement built up in there. Like I said, the community is bare bones right now, but this shit's going to take off. So we're going to win school games right now. We're marked number 3 in school games with the community that you guys are a part of. So let's keep ripping it home. Appreciate you guys. Thanks.